As Arjun Sethi, co-CEO of Payward, Kraken's parent company, said in the announcement, VCX is more than a public listing. By tokenizing this public venture fund, we're opening access for eligible investors around the world to gain exposure not only to a public vehicle, but to a portfolio with private exposure to some of the top companies in the world. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Block Analyst, your no BS home for the deepest dives into crypto, finance, and the intersection that's about to change everything. Today, we're going straight to the source. We're diving deep into a brand new service that was just announced on the official Kraken blog, the partnership between xStocks and Fundrise to tokenize the Fundrise Innovation Fund, VCX, into VCXx. This isn't just another tokenized stock. This is tokenized exposure to some of the most exclusive private tech giants on the planet: SpaceX, OpenAI, Anthropic, Databricks, all inside one single on-chain asset that you can buy, sell, transfer, and even use in DeFi. If you've ever felt locked out of the real wealth creation happening in Silicon Valley's private markets, this video is for you. We're talking real money, real innovation, and real risks. Stick with me until the end because I'm breaking down everything: the good, the bad, and the game-changing. But first, let's get this serious stuff out of the way. Disclaimer: this video is for educational and informational purposes only. I am not your financial advisor. Nothing I say here is investment advice, a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any asset, nor should it be taken as such. Investing in tokenized assets, venture funds, or crypto carries extreme risk. You can lose 100% of your capital. Past performance is not indicative of future results. These products are not available to U.S. persons or residents of the United States. Geo restrictions apply. Always do your own research, consult licensed professionals, and read the full risk disclosures on Kraken.com and the base prospectus from backed assets. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. All right, with that covered, let's jump in. Let's start at the foundation. Tokenization is the process of converting rights to an asset, whether it's a stock, a fund, real estate, or even a private company share, into a digital token on a blockchain. Think of it like this: instead of owning a physical stock certificate locked in a broker's vault or waiting years for a private equity exit, you own a blockchain-based token that represents one-to-one economic exposure to that asset. That token lives in your wallet, can be transferred instantly, traded 24/7, used as collateral in DeFi protocols, or even lent out for yield. It's not just digitizing paper, it's democratizing access, increasing liquidity, and unlocking composability that traditional finance could only dream of. We've seen tokenized treasuries, gold, and over 100 public stocks already, but private market exposure, that's been the holy grail. Until now. For decades, the private tech market has been a gated community. Only for the ultra-rich, you needed to be an accredited investor with millions in liquid net worth, huge minimums, 100K, 1 million, sometimes 5 million plus commitments. Lock up hell. Your money could be stuck for 7 to 10 years with almost zero liquidity. No transparency, you rarely knew exact valuations in real time. Insane barriers for global investors. If you're outside the US, good luck even getting a seat at the table. Even when public venture funds launched, they still traded like traditional stocks, during market hours only, no DeFi utility, no instant settlement. Tokenization promised to fix all of this, but early attempts struggled with regulation, custody, liquidity, and real-world asset backing. That's exactly why this new service matters. Kraken's xStocks platform has already become the gold standard for tokenized equities. Since launching in June 2025, they've done over $25 billion in transaction volume, listed over 100 tokenized stocks and ETFs, and built a fully multi-chain, interoperable system. Now they've partnered with Fundrise, America's largest direct consumer alternative investment platform, to tokenize the brand new Fundrise Innovation Fund, NYSE VCX. VCX itself only went public on the NYSE last week and already saw massive demand. It's a closed-end public venture fund designed to give everyday investors exposure to late-stage private tech. By tokenizing it into VCXx, xStocks is doing something historic, bringing private market exposure on-chain for the first time at scale. This isn't hype. This is a diversified portfolio of the hottest private tech companies on Earth. SpaceX, Elon Musk's space empire, OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, Anthropic, Claude AI powerhouse, Databricks, data and AI infrastructure leader, plus Endural, Ramp, Epic Games, and others across AI, machine learning, data infrastructure, and vertical software. The fund uses a multi-stage strategy, early, growth, and even post-IPO, so it's not just betting on one moonshot. As Arjun Sethi, co-CEO of Payward, Kraken's parent company, said in the announcement, VCX is more than a public listing. By tokenizing this public venture fund, we're opening access for eligible investors around the world to gain exposure not only to a public vehicle, but to a portfolio with private exposure to some of the top companies in the world. Ben Miller, CEO of Fundrise, added, "We built VCX to act as a bridge between the public and private markets. We believe all individual investors should be able to own a piece of the best private technology companies in the world." Let's be real, this changes the game for normal people like you and me. Lower entry barriers, buy fractional exposure with relatively small amounts instead of millions, true liquidity, trade 24/7 on-chain, no more multi-year lockups, global access, eligible investors worldwide, except US persons, can participate, DeFi superpowers, use VCXx as collateral for loans, in automated strategies, lending protocols, the same flexibility as any crypto asset, instant settlement and transparency. Blockchain doesn't sleep. Diversification in one token. Instead of picking winners, you own the whole basket. xStocks is issued by backed assets in Jersey and offered through a Bermuda licensed entity, so it's built with regulatory rails while staying on-chain. I'm not here to sell you rainbows. This is still high risk. Volatility. Private tech valuations can swing wildly. VCX itself already traded at huge premiums to NAV in its first days. No ownership, you get economic exposure, not actual shares or voting rights. Counterparty and custody risk, even though it's one-to-one backed, it's not the same as holding the underlying stock directly. Regulatory risk, rules around tokenized assets are still evolving. Market risk, if AI hype cools or interest rates stay high, these private companies can get crushed. Not for everyone. Kraken themselves say, don't invest unless you're prepared to lose all the money you invest. The disclaimer on the blog is clear-cut. This is speculative. We're watching the convergence of TradFi and DeFi in real time. Kraken just partnered with NASDAQ on next-gen infrastructure. Tokenized equities are going mainstream. VCXx isn't just a product, it's proof that the most exclusive private markets can finally be opened to the global retail investor through blockchain. For the average person, this could be the closest thing we've ever had to democratized venture capital. So, is VCXx going to be the next big thing in your portfolio, or is it still too early and too risky? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments. Are you bullish on tokenized private equity? Would you buy VCXx? If you want more deep dives like this, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We're covering every major tokenization play as it drops. Links to the original Kraken announcement, Fundrise VCX page, and full risk disclosures are pinned in the description. Always DYOR. Thanks for watching until the very end. You're the reason we go this deep. I'll see you in the next one. This is the Block Analyst, signing out. Stay sharp out there.